Hello, Martin here again. Welcome to another video of converting Larry the Landy into an Overland camper. Don't forget to subscribe to get notification of more episodes. So just a quick catch up what I've been doing before we get on to the main purpose of today's video. Well, the rear wheel carrier is now complete. The only thing I've got to do is shot blast the rim and paint that up of the actual wheel itself. But the carrier is absolutely fine, and there's nuts that go on the bar top and bottom. When they're done up tight and this is held against the back of the van, it really is nice and solid. But as you can see, it just slides away when those nuts are undone, and I've painted it all up with Hammerite at the moment. Might do it the green. I'm going to do the rest of the van eventually, but at the moment that's fine. And then that swings back on, fits there, nut top and bottom, and it's fixed in place. Second thing I've done is put these steps on either side, so now I can get in and out easily, because it is a long way up with the raised suspension. So nice steps on either side. I did have milk crates to get in and out when I was working on it, just up on the driveway, but now I'm driving it about. It's a bit of a pain, so I've had to put in those steps. So that's the next thing that I've done. Next thing I've done is utilise this switch here. I think it was probably for turning on spotlights, but it's got wires going out into the bulkhead, but not attached to anything anymore. So what I've done, I've repurposed this switch as a kill switch. So just add into the security. So the idea is that if it's in the up position, then it's impossible to start the engine, and no thief is going to start looking around turning on switches when they think they're going to be turning on lights. So I'm also going to put either a steering lock on or a block off the pedals for extra security, but I thought I might as well utilise that switch to make it a kill switch. So what that does, that interrupts the wire that goes through to the fuel pump. So let's have a look in the engine bay. So this is the fuel pump here, and this orange wire here goes to a little spade connector on the side of the fuel pump, and that's the solenoid that cuts off the fuel to turn the engine off. So all I've done is wired the switch in to that circuit, leaving the original wire. There we are, that's the end of the original wire there. So if I've got a problem with the switch, all I've got to do is take this one apart and put that spade back onto the fuel pump, and we're back to how it was before. So, you know, it's not infallible, but it's just another layer of security. Now, the main point of this video is to talk about how I work out how I'm going to lay out the van. So to start with, I start with a paper plan like this. This gives me an idea of what can fit where, because I know, you know, how wide the bed's got to be, how long it's got to be, what the size of the bathroom needs to be, and things like that. So I can put those muck around, move them around within the space till I come up with a layout that I think is suitable. But what looks right on paper doesn't always work well in a 3D space. So what I do is mock up that 3D space with bits of cardboard and bits of wood to give me a feel for the how you move about the space, whether you've got enough shoulder room, whether you're going to sit down and bash your head on things or whatever. It just helps. So let's start right from the back. So I'm going to step out for a moment. So we come in through the back door, and then on the right will be a kitchen, and I've got a Coleman stove here which will fit. We'll come forward. Now, if you're worried about carbon monoxide, there's going to be lots of ventilation around this space, and an extractor fan above it as well, so that it will just keep fresh air going through. But this is going to be the kitchen space. Underneath will be a fridge and a cupboard, and then on the other side as you come in is going to be the bathroom. So I've got this bifold door which I'm going to utilise, but here we've got a composting toilet. This is the type of composting toilet that I make out of a box, and it has a funnel for the wee and a box for the poo, and then there's a place for putting a box of sawdust, and then there'll be a basin in the corner there and a shower tray underneath the toilet, which you lift the toilet out, and then you've got a shower room there as well. So that's the bathroom. Then what I'm going to do is make a step up. So you step up, and the reason for having that step up is it increases the storage, but it means that I can get the water tanks, because I want to get a couple of large water tanks underneath the platform here. So 2 large water tanks will fit somewhere underneath here, and there'll still be lots of extra storage space. So on this side there'll be 2 little seats and a table between the two, and on this side a sort of sofa arrangement. So that will, have either drawers or doors or lift up tops. The same with these, so that you've got all that space. So the table will come away, slats will come out from the sofa here, and there'll be a fill across there, and that makes your double bed that goes right the way across. Now, the over cab bit, the loosened bit of the cab, that had a solid piece of wood that went right the way across. Now, the problem was that once you're up on a platform, you've got to crawl through a tiny space to get to the cab. Now, I don't want to sleep up here because the headroom isn't sufficient. So what I've done is cut out a bit so that you can walk through and step onto the gearbox, and then you can get to the seats. And here there's going to be cupboards on either side, possibly one across the front there as well. So you'll sort of be like a U shape of cupboards where there'll be plenty of space. I think I'm probably going to lose the window there and bring it down to there instead. So I might not have the cupboards there, I'm not sure. But I'm going to replate all on the outside, so I can start again with the windows. So that's how the space is going to look. So let's go right up here and look back the other way. And I wasn't sure about the step, whether that was going to look overpowering, but now I've put it in this sort of mock-up. You get an idea of how it's going to look, and I think it'll actually work. So that's the basic idea. I've got some aluminium panels, I think it's 2mm thick aluminium, that's going to plate each side of the van and across the front, so that I can take out these windows, completely replate the sides, and then start again and work out where the window is going to be. So, there's going to be a window like here above the sofa, and one above this dinette area, and possibly one in the back or one to the side of where the kitchen is going to be. So if you're not sure whether your space is going to work, then make up these little cardboard boxes and work out the space in a 3D way, so that you've got a good feel of what it's going to look like, because you don't want to start building and think, oh no, that doesn't work, I've got to start again. So that's how I do it.